Okay, we're on hole 2 at Bali National. We are just doing a review of the golf round that Patrick and I recorded with Bobby. And yeah, it starts on hole 2. And Patrick's response is, first response is, "Oh my God."
It's like a figure
Look
of
at
eight.
his swing. I think it's very easy to forget where you've come, right? As well.
Totally.
Because that's only 6 months ago. And when we look at mine,
You're just so inside.
I believe how inside I am and how handsy I am. So we're looking at me hitting a shot into the green here. Here's Pat hitting into the green on hole 2. Pat's tendency is to come outside and then in, so you can see that pretty clearly there.
So that was a complete 20% shank, wasn't it?
Yeah, and not much rotation there either. Maybe commitment. Was this a nice chip? Yeah.
That's
a chipping game.
It's actually not too bad.
Pretty good. Very nice. Yeah, that's a tough green. If you're on the front of it, it all dips down into the front, which is what we were talking about before. All the dangers on the front of the green. Greens will roll back.
As bad as both of our your shot was amazing.
That's nice. Chipping is probably one of the stronger parts of my game.
That's a pretty good pace.
Uphill as well, so you'd expect to, land a couple of feet past. That's me all over. So this is what I used to do all the time before the tempo drills with the metronome, was pull up. I just didn't follow through on putts. And if I didn't follow through, there's no pace, there's no speed. The club head would usually pull or push. But if
wow, that was a bit hard. But it's like a downhill putt there. You kind of just want to remove the brake from it. But this is the hardest hole in the course.
This is stroke index 1. It's me with a 3-wood, I think. That looks pretty good down the middle. Same swing though.
Very early tee pickup must have been good.
No hinge. Completely inside, no hinge.
Because then my stance is crooked there, I think.
Yeah, and you hit a nice one there too. Straight up the middle. Quite whippy.
Probably about 180 or 190 in still. I think that.
Yeah, it's a rough hole. It all narrows in the middle. There's danger all along the right, all rough. So not much to aim for on this hole. Okay, that's a good strike.
It's amazing looking at this, that I could even every now and then post a score.
That's pretty typical back then. Inside rotation,
then wasn't it?
Yeah, it looked a bit less commitment. And then that one is a perfect example of me being flippy hands, because I came right underneath it. There's no hinge. It's a good shot.
Oh my God.
Very nice shot.
That's 2 very good shots.
Yeah.
Worst chipper in the world.
It's mainly so far it's obviously I'll come short again. You'll see that a lot. Yeah, it's the swing fundamentals, right? So it's good to watch out for in this video. Misses left, misses right, duffed shots, duffed putts like that.
At least we did a really good job of playing bad. Even though we weren't trying to play bad, we just
No, this is us trying to play well, guys. Yeah. But you can see it. You can't fake golf, right? You can't fake a good swing. So, I mean, that looked nice. Let's go up the middle. This hole runs down the hill on the horizon there. Says his driver. See what happens. Completely inside again. See how underneath it I came?
Not as underneath as you have been in some other shots, so that you can see why that was potentially a bit better.
Yeah.
And that's me just putting it into the magnetic
the bowl
down there that just
all the balls go into this little bowl to the right of the green. Nothing gets away from it.
That ended up being really good.
That one was not too bad. So I'm trying to think of ways to tie this to what we've been learning and what we've been, what we're teaching on the bootcamp, really. And I think it's obviously a bit quick, but in these days we thought we were taking, time over our setup process and our pre-shot routines. But we aren't. Yeah, we really weren't at all compared to when you see the benchmarks that Jake set, lining up your feet, understanding, your entire routine. And but that's all the stuff that we cover on the bootcamp now that we've learned, and it's I'm putting downhill.
Oh,
yeah. The only reason I put that long is because it was downhill.
it's really,
Usually it would be short.
Deceptively, deceptively downhill. I mean, see that's a long enough and hard enough putt that in hindsight, you probably spend more time looking at that one.
Yeah, right.
Even though you banged it in pretty easy.
Yeah, the two footers, I kind of take the philosophy that I'm just happy to hit them hard and straight, and if I miss, I feel like probabilistically I'll do better than trying to tickle them in. So inside, look at that, and pulling my head up as I'm following through on the shot. This is a beautiful little par 3 on a raised green. Neither of us made the green here, I don't think.
Oh,
and then the monster, it stops up here. It's a monster
drop off
on this green. Just
like
about a couple of feet before where my ball stopped. I think this one does better.
Oh yeah, but too.
Yeah, look, you can see it just goes over the ridge and then it won't stop. So it's super difficult to get it to stop if you dip on the left.
Not that bad an outcome from there.
Yeah. There's bunkers down on the other
side. Even if yours tipped over, I still think it would have rolled.
Look how softly I hit this. I think it still goes past. Yeah, look at that.
Not a bit different to mine. Yeah.
I don't think you can stop it on there. Maybe try and chip it off the green and spin it.
So the one big thing, this is obviously pre our boot camp, is you just notice like I'm standing so much further away from the ball. Whereas when you're standing directly over the ball and you're using the mirror and you can see your eyes, like you just feel like you're in a way better setup. You feel like there's less variation.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're pretty well over it though there.
Absolutely. So that's me leaving it short again. And then also the mat gives you your default positions that you then learn. And when you're out of those positions, you start to feel it more. Whereas here, we probably have a different position every shot.
Yeah.
Right? It's like left foot a bit more left, right, not aligned to your target line.
It's a bad angle to see the flight of the ball, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't see it.
So
I'm mostly amazed so far at how quickly I pull my head up. I'm almost coming through the ball and my follow through with my head. So this is a big par 5. Reasonably wide fairway, always get into trouble down the right. And then we play off the whites. I can't remember what the yardage is, but rarely I don't think we've ever got there in 2 on this one. Yeah, no. So there's a shot 3 for me.
This is a good spot to be in. A little chunk down towards.
Oh yeah, this is me talking to you about my 9 o'clock. My 9 o'clock 7-iron. I don't think that's a 7-iron, but just swing to 9 o'clock. Keep everything locked. Don't hinge your wrists. Pat is the best putter out of all of us. Let's see what happens. Short again. There we go.
Well,
yeah. So don't follow through. Yeah, we can't rewind it, but if you rewound that, you'd see I didn't follow through. Didn't have the tempo. Didn't make a clean connection with the ball, all which we've now got from the metronome and the Visio template. Good putt. Confident. See, I can make good contact with the ball, like from a hand-eye coordination perspective, but now I can just see how off everything is, how handsy it is.
You notice that the quicker you leave the tee ground, the better the shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not a bad miss there.
Yeah. So this is where we could talk a bit about the Golo and the Bozos. Here you'd be statistically, this is where you need to be getting it on the green or the fringe. If you're on the fringe, it's actually okay in the Bozos system because it's considered a putt. Whereas in strokes gained, it's not. I'm not quite on the fringe here. I think I'm still on the fairway.
That looks
not bad.
Pretty
nice.
That's 9.5 out of 10.
Yeah, happy with that.
And then again, a putt. I wouldn't putt this now. But generally speaking, like I remember that you always get the lag good.
Wrong hole.
Yeah, wrong hole.
And what happened there? Pushed that.
Mm.
So yeah, so important to have a shot onto the greens, and then to be hitting the greens from, what did we say? Within 130.
Yeah.
If you're within 130 and 140, really, 140 is a 9-iron for me. Yeah, statistically, you should be hitting the green as well. This is a beautiful little par 3 green, surrounded by water. Yeah,
and then that's a really good outcome. Just honestly, hitting the green's a good outcome, but that looked like you hit that pretty thin.
But thinking back on this, let's see your shot.
That's so bad.
Thinking back on this in terms of misses, which is quite a good one because we can remember it. How many times have you missed right and missed left? I mean, in different occasions, but that's the two-way miss, right?
Yeah, totally.
I can't remember the amount of times I've hit it in the water on the right and on the left without any consistency.
I'm the most experienced putter from this drop.
Yeah, that's the drop zone. It's the worst ridge to get over and then come down to the hole from. I give that a bit of a punch by the looks of it. No, it's not too bad.
It's amazing to finish short there.
Yeah,
quite
surprisingly. Okay, so you think you're quite far away from the ball there?
Yeah, considerably.
Yeah,
that's actually not a bad putt. Let's see how the backswing is here. Oh, wow. There's a bit of movement in that.
Yeah.
So it's 10th hole.
This is a driver.
Most forgiving hole.
Again, that's
got looked in
very high.
Look good, though.
I don't think I made the fairway. Not sure. So, yeah, you can drive straight over the sand towards the hole on the back tallest tree there and make that carry. But if you hit left with a driver, you're going over into the ditch, usually.
Yeah, it's incredible how different this.
So your outside swing, yeah, I mean, it's chalk and cheese. I can't wait to share the before and afters with everybody. We'll do it as part of this video, but maybe we'll just throw them up on the screen as we go. But yeah, how does it feel to see yourself so outside and then know how you're swinging now?
I like
it. It's just a clean hinge.
Yeah,
on plane.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's a completely different swing. It's way simpler. Like it looks like I used to get a lot of back pain.
Same.
I don't get back pain now after I play.
Mm-hmm. I had exactly the same experience. Funny. I was talking to Jake about that in my session the other day. It was like getting on plane almost felt easier than all the stuff I'd been doing before. I was like, this is insane. And he was like, what are you feeling? I was like, well, it just feels like that's where it wants to go. And it's using less of my body and my muscles out of sync. And a funny one is I've had this rotator cuff issue on my right shoulder for, this year, probably for the past 3 months. And then in just the swing changes I've made in the past 4 weeks, it's completely gone. Like it's not aggravated. Whatever I was doing was really aggravating that.
It's amazing.
And it's just gone. Yeah.
That's dead, that ball. Started on a good line, just drew.
Par 5, trouble right, trouble left. Not good with a two-way miss, especially with driver. Possible. Okay, that looks like it's gone.
Amazing.
To a straight left towards the bunker. Pat's over this way as well. Really fast swing, head up.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a danger all right.
Yeah, can never get there in 2 on this one either. I'll probably be hitting it looks like I'm hitting a 3-wood, which would be a really silly idea.
Looks like.
And it was a silly idea because I learned a lot about course management since then. And I always hit a 7-iron from here now to that left bunker. I think I just put it in the water, right?
Gosh, so we're outside and in. Yeah, it's hard to.
Yeah, that's how you get those looping balls, didn't you? Do you remember that? You used to get those looping.
Yeah, they just
like that. Yeah, I think I took a drop there. Yeah, so I never take 3-wood on that hole anymore because I can't take the water out of play by trying to hit the back of the green because I can't hit that far. So for months I've taken a 7-iron
It's a really
That was
hard
my
hole.
second shot. Yeah.
Like, I mean, even if you lay up, you've still got like a really difficult shot.
Okay, it's not
a
bad.
pretty
Followed
good
through
roll.
on that one.
I didn't think I was going to get that.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
That hits it. Next hole's really nice. It's the temple par 3. It's got a Balinese temple on the right-hand side of it.
This hole brought to you by Schreps.
Yeah. Our favorite sponsor, Bridgestone and Titleist. Come on, Pat, sink it. Confident like it.
Yeah.
Look at the hole.
Real? Yeah. I'll bang him in from there.
That's how I think you should approach all of those. Let's see if I do it. See if I follow my own advice. No. It's going to pull out. Oh, yeah.
That was good.
See, I follow through on those ones because
you did.
there's nothing you can do but follow through. It's so short. Okay, nice. Quick cut. Where did we go? I think I ended up in the bunker over on the right.
That's it? Okay. That's
there. Okay.
From memory, I put mine in the water here.
Wow. I'd be amazed if you could remember this far back.
Oh. Honestly, like, the funny... so embarrassing. Just doing. But I haven't hit a ball even half as bad as that for 2 months.
Yeah, right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's amazing how...
And what will you attribute that to?
Oh, it's just one plain swing, basically.
Yeah. That's it. It's the club, isn't it? It's the weighted club. And also, like we were talking about on the podcast we just did, but understanding what the swing plane actually is, and how to learn to gauge whether you're on it or off it yourself, and test those things. We were talking about looking at your swing in the mirror. Videoing is so important. Every time I'm on the sim here now, I'll video myself, because what I think I'm doing and what I see in the video is different things. And just being able to see if I'm hitting those checkpoints. Position 1, position 2, keeping on plane. Does the hinge look right? Is my alignment right? All right, come on, Theo. Yeah. All right, knocking in some of these short ones.
Still a very small backswing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I do on those, though. Short backswing and more follow-through towards the hole. But putting here, this is before we had the metronome and the Visio template drills. So I didn't even understand putting arc and how that related.
Yeah,
and I would always pull my putts. I was always pulling them to the left. This is a great hole. You've got a chance in 2 occasionally here if you hit a really good drive. Center of the fairway, and then it's well protected green with bunkers either side.
Let's drive off.
Drive off the deck. Get in. Oh, bullet.
I forget what happened with that. I think it ended up in the... No, I think it got over.
Just before the bunker.
Well, it's amazing how often I immediately pull to the left.
Yeah, you see that. And it embarrasses me to see that swing.
Totally. Well, at least we're the same.
Like, oh my God.
At least we're the same.
Like, that was a good putt. A really good putt from up there. So it's all sloping downwards. Yeah, really hot angle. Yeah, it's embarrassing just to see that. Like that's what you think the golf swing is. Look, short, way short.
Wow.
I don't think that's even uphill. That would be pretty typical of me. Probably at the line. At the line. I think this round we were concentrating more actually because we were being recorded.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of like video being recorded.
But concentrating without any good mechanics to concentrate.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. Concentrating on hopium. Okay, where are we?
It's funny watching this without shot tracer.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I wish we had shot tracer.
So long to draw that out.
Yeah. Let's see, inside, follow through and under. That's also one of the things we talk about on the podcast is my club coming through at the shaft at the same angle of address. No hinge.
What I'm noticing is both like you do have two-way misses.
Yeah.
Like really obvious. God.
So that's an obvious one for listeners is like, a question to yourself. How do you get rid of that two-way miss? Because that's super important. If you have a one-way miss, you can calculate it like we have been. If I miss right and it's out of bounds, I'm not going to, play that shot or that club. My drive is the one that causes me that problem with a slice right. But yeah, the two-way miss. And how do you get rid of the two-way miss? We need to strengthen up your fundamentals, strengthen up your golf strength and fitness, and all of that comes from the weighted club and the mat, and then the pre-shot routines, correct alignment, correct setup, understanding what the swing path is, what the correct swing path is.
Shortish par 4, generally 3-wood. Oh, so bad. That generally means I've pulled it right, I reckon.
A driver out here. Dangerous. Either end up that bunker on the right or over those bushes on the right on the other fairway. Or I got lucky. Off the back of the green. I got lucky there. Or I'd taken a drop, I'm not sure. So really low one. Oh, that's me hitting the 7-iron.
Oh,
100 yards, 7-iron.
That's not a bad outcome.
Was not far off.
You can't play that kind of shot onto that kind of green.
No.
I know that now.
Enough, is it?
No. You can only play that shot when you've got run up.
Must be a good shot.
That's pretty good.
Very good.
Yeah, chipping definitely one of the strongest parts of my game, I think. It's got better. It's got better over the years. Yeah, good putt. There's uni.
This is a tester. It's like super downhill. Probably moves like 2 or 3 cups.
Downhill to the right. Give it a little tap. Hey,
Tips it in.
Right in the front. The short pads have been alright today, actually. This is par 4.
Yep.
Was it on the temporary green or?
No,
I can't remember.
The funny thing is, it's back temporary. It's amazing how it is.
Very good.
Taking drive. Yeah, we're not playing Bali National at the moment because they've got 2 temporary greens. Yeah, they're doing all the work on the left.
It's so funny just to notice how bad the first like 6 inches of us moving the club head on the backswing is just so bad, isn't it?
Yeah. That's like I never even had the concept of reference points for the golf swing. But that Jake's taught us with the mat. It's like something must have been different on every single swing, and then you wonder why you wonder why you have no consistency. That's why you walk away so frustrated from the driving range, because every time you change one little thing, it affects five others. But yeah, I never even thought like I guess maybe I did a bit like, how do I take the club out, my hands matching up with my right foot or something like that. But then, I didn't know how to hinge properly either. So I pumped that one in. Get it in. All right. This is the 17th Island Green. And again, so many times, miss left, miss right in the water. From memory. It's easier to remember the par threes.
I think I missed.
That's a classic shot for you.
Yeah.
That one that you just did there. Whether it's 3-wood, I've seen you do that with 3-wood.
Yeah.
Where you kind of come over the top of it, toppy, and it just dies and goes left. But not recently. Like, I haven't seen that for a while. Oh, that's when you messed up your leg on the bike, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Fell off the bike with your mate on the back.
Roll. No, pretty good.
Yeah, take that. Uphill. Can you slam in the lamb? Short putt's been pretty good today. Yay, come on. All right. 18th.
Oh, pulled it. That sharp.
Might be all right. If it hits the top of the bank and goes left, right. Wow.
I think that's all
I'll
right.
have to say goodbye to that swing. Seems happy.
The thumbs up.
Seems happy. There's Bobby on the green. What's it looking like, Bobby? Short right, was I?
Impossible shot to.
So, long sand shots did pretty good. Right. Short. Yeah. This is a good example. Not for you because you're in the sand, but for me, just players hitting short of greens. Actually clubbing up and aiming for the backs of greens. Because then even if you duff it, you're going to be on the front. Whereas if you're short, that's where all the danger is, right? I'm really happy with that. Oh, yeah, this is me. I said, Bobby, don't put this in the video. Me trying to be cocky. All right, I think there you have it, folks. That's our stake in the ground from October 2024.
And we'll produce another one soon just to show people
and
how things have changed,
The Scratch Mastermind was really kind of just in the planning stages at this point. There wasn't really any sort of real work that had gone into it from knowledge or fundamentals. And that was a few weeks ahead of the dry run that we went to in Vietnam, which is covered in Pod 5 while we were in Vietnam with Jake. And yeah, we've learned a lot since then. So it's very interesting to look back on it and just on the fundamentals, let alone all the decisions we were probably making back then. But yeah, when I fire this video up, well, you'll have watched it by now, but I'll put some before and afters on, and we'll shoot another one soon enough.
Sick.
Thanks for listening, guys.